Tough-talking Rodrigo Duterte has emerged as a clear favorite in polls ahead of the Philippine presidential election, with voters apparently embracing his vows to kill tens of thousands of criminals outside the judicial system. Political analyst Ramon Casiple explains why.
Well, Duterte is the front runner, and there's definitely a movement behind him, meaning he has caught the imagination of many Filipinos, not necessarily majority. In fact, I think it's around 1/3. But it's enough in a four-man race to put him right out in the front. He has become the symbol of frustration, maybe even desperation, of those who had put their trust and hope on the elite in this country, particularly the Aquino family.
Meanwhile, when it comes to Duterte's jokes, Casiple said our language is supposed to be useful.
This kind of jokes are being said. There is, of course, understanding that you are speaking our language. Our language basically is utilitarian. We don't know about law. We don't have the luxury of education.
Now, the presidential candidate Grace Poe, Casiple said, shares the lady version of Duterte.
Well, Grace Poe represents maybe the legal or the what you call the lady version of Duterte, in the sense that she is also seen as an agent of change. When she had this slogan, "No one is to be left behind," it was partly a critic of the Amatwid, the administration program. She will have a very hard time, but since she's the one that had these wild swings, and in fact reached the level that Duterte had, and even more than that in the campaign, then one can say that there is a possibility there that she might still overtake Duterte.
Now, with Marojas, it would take a miracle to raise his ratings.
A miracle is needed if you want him to, let's say, raise his ratings by 7 or even 10%. He has never had that kind of a change, and it's too late.
With presidential hopeful Jejomar Binay, he said Binay's basically at the bottom.
His ratings have been going down the past 2 months, and it is now basically at the bottom. Marojas, Secretary Marojas, and Vice President Binay are fighting it out for the bottom.
On Senator Bongbong Marcos' vice presidential bid, he said his opponents are splitting the anti-Marcos vote.
He has a very consolidated political base, composed of loyalists, Ilocano vote, and a certain percentage of the millennial generation, those who are only voting now, and this generation basically has no experience of martial law. The problem of the opponents of Bongbong Marcos is that they are splitting the anti-Marcos vote, and in a four-cornered fight, Marcos may just slip through. It's closer than the presidential contest.